After a year of trying for a baby, we went to the fertility clinic to have some basic tests done. And we were told that everything seems fine and were given the diagnosis of unexplained infertility, which in my eyes just means we don't know what's wrong. And we were advised to do IUI or IVF. And yet, here I am years later, I got pregnant twice naturally and carried 2 beautiful babies to term. Fertility has many layers and the medical side is just one of them. So today we are focusing on strengthening the relationship with our body, building some trust in our body's ability to conceive and to make a better connection with our womb. It will be a slow practice, we will be moving slowly, there will be lots of breathing, because we really want to relax into it and let go. You don't need anything for the practice, so let's get started. And let's just start lying down on the back. So take lots of space, straighten your legs, and you can place your hands onto your lower belly. It's a first connection with our body, the opportunity to slow down. If you feel comfortable enough, you can close your eyes. And at this point, we are not trying to force anything. We don't force the breath into any shape, any length. We are just arriving here onto the mat, leaving the day we've had so far behind us, and not thinking about what still needs to be done. Everything can wait. This practice is about you, your well-being, the connection with your body and your womb. So take your time to adjust here, to slow down, to arrive. And simply breathe for a few moments. Nothing forced. There's definitely a lot of doing on the fertility journey. Always something to improve, always something to add or remove from the diet and the supplements and everything. So today we want to surrender into it a little bit and let go. Because that is a piece of the fertility that is often missing. Feel your belly expand with each inhale. And empty with each exhale. Relax your upper body. Maybe there is still some tension in your shoulders, your neck. Try to relax into every part of your body. Drop the shoulders away from the ears. And let your whole body melt into the mat. And with your eyes still closed, start bringing your knees closer towards your chest. Hug your Knees close, squeeze the belly, and you can rock from side to side, massaging the lower back, but also squeezing the belly to support digestion. And do any little movements that feel good. Maybe you can do some small circles with your knees or with your hips. You can also open the knees wider and do some circles with your knees. Try to tune in and see what is it that you need right now. What kind of movement will feel the best. We want to work on the inner feeling, on the intuition. We want to hear the inner voice. Today it's all about listening to it. And once you are done with the movements, you can bring the knees back towards your belly and rotate the knees towards the left side for a supine spinal twist. And if that's okay for your neck, look to the right side. Imagine you can breathe directly into the right side of the body, into the ribs, into the side body. You might feel it in the shoulder too. And let's come back towards the center, switching sides, dropping the knees to the right, looking to the left. Back to center, and place your feet to be flat on the mat. The knees are bent, feet about hip-width distance apart, coming into bridge pose. So on the inhale, lift your hips, lift the hips up. Exhale, lower down really slowly. Inhale, lift the hips up. And keep squeezing the knees together so the thighs are together, not falling apart. Exhale. Inhale, come up. Exhale to lower. Inhale, squeeze the butt together. Keep pressing higher. And lower. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, come up. Lower. And one more like this. Lower down and start bringing the knees back to your chest, but this time widening them so they come towards the armpits. And you can stay here if this is already enough of a stretch. You might feel it already in the inner thighs. Otherwise, you can also come into the full happy baby pose by grabbing the big toes with your two-piece fingers or grabbing the feet with your hands. You can also use your elbows to open the knees more. So choose the variation that works for you and either stay here in stillness or rock from side to side. Another option is to straighten one leg at a time, to stretch into the hamstrings. Some free movement again. There is nothing wrong that you can do, just do what feels good. I am here to guide you, but it is your practice, it is your body. So also throughout the practice, if something doesn't feel right, just do you instead. Do whatever you want to do in the moment. We are opening the inner thighs, inner groin. It's a great way to improve circulation in the reproductive organs, to bring some fresh blood and oxygen into the ovaries, the fallopian tubes, the uterus. So things can move freely there. And let go of the feet and slowly start rocking all the way up, coming out of the lying position and find your way into the tabletop position on hands and knees. So we will place the hands underneath the shoulders, the knees under the hip, and we will do a few rounds of cat and cow. So on the inhale, drop the belly, lift the gaze up. Exhale, round your back, contract. Inhale, look up. Exhale, reverse the motion. And we will do a few more rounds. Just follow your own breath, your own pace. Once you finish the last round, come back to center and start moving your hips, creating some circles with your hips into one direction. Releasing the pelvic floor, any tension that we might be holding there. And switch direction. And come back to center. Now bring your right foot in between the hands, coming into low lunge. So wide stand, maybe as wide as your hips or even wider, and keep pressing the hips closer to the ground. Look forward, open the chest, and nice stretch into the hips, to the thigh. Don't forget to breathe. And from here we will come into half splits. So straighten the front leg. Flex the foot to intensify the stretch into the back side of the legs, into the hamstrings. And let's do the same, just adding some movement. So on the inhale, come back forward into low lunge. Exhale, half splits. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, big stretch. And few more rounds like this in movement. And stop once you are in the half splits and start sitting all the way back And bring the left foot to the right inner thigh, sitting back. The spine is nice and tall. And on the inhale, lift the arms up, look up, a little back bend. And exhale, fold forward. It can be a passive fold, so nothing forced. We don't need to be pulling or pushing. Or you can keep your back straight, flat, and you can grab a hold of whatever is accessible. So your choice, as always. You might be feeling more active, you might be feeling a little bit tired, also depends on where you are in your cycle right now. So no need to push and push yourself into anything that doesn't feel good. Of course, a little bit of pushing might be good, but don't overdo it. Respect your body's boundaries. And allow it to do what it wants to do in the moment. One more big breath. And slowly let go, lift the arms up again. And find the tabletop position again on hands and knees. To repeat the small sequence on the other side. So bringing the left foot in between the hands, starting with low lunge. Pressing the hips lower. We will have definitely a few more hip openers and lower body openers. So you will see at the end of the practice that the lower body feels much more open, that there are less obstacles and less tension. We are just beginning the practice, so don't be too hard on your body, don't be too hard on yourself. And let's switch the sensation for the back side of the leg stretch. And let's add some movement. So on the inhale, come forward for low lunge. Exhale, half splits. Inhale forward. Switch the sensation. And let's repeat this a few more times. Come back to half splits, pause here for a moment, and then come all the way back to take a seat. And the right foot this time is at the left inner thigh. Inhale, lift the arms up. Exhale, your variation of head to knee pose. And let go. Inhale, lift the arms up. Exhale, come to cross the feet at the ankles. Coming back to tabletop position. And bring the hands forward, tuck the toes under, finding our first downward facing dog. So big stretch here. Do any movement that feels good. Paddling the feet or nodding with your head to stretch into the neck. And then find some stillness. Deep breaths in and out through the nose. And start walking the feet forward to meet in the front of the mat with the hands. And take a wider stand, maybe as wide as the mat. And grab the opposite elbows for Ragdoll fold. So really letting go here. A generous bend in both knees. The head is heavy. Let go. Stretching into the back side of the whole body, the whole posterior chain. Sway from side to side, a little bit front to back. No tension in the shoulders. And now find some stillness in the middle. You can also rest your belly onto the thighs. And let's take a deep breath in together. Inhale. And exhale with your mouth. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Let out the mouth. One more like this. Inhale. Let go. Release the hold of the opposite elbows and very slowly start coming all the way up, finding a standing position. Slowly, so you don't get dizzy. And now narrow your stance so the feet are as wide as your hips. And I will just face forward, but you can stay as you are. Lift the arms up and grab the right pulse with your left hand and start bending to the left side, stretching into the right side of the body. Come back to center and switch hands. Now stretching into the left side. Big side body stretch. Come back to center and just hold your hands however you want to and just rotate the whole upper body towards the left, looking to the left. Take a breath. And come back to center, rotating to the right. Back to center and one more on each side. Back to center and to the right. And we will meet in the center, release the hands, maybe shake it out a little bit, and we will take a flow from here. So on the inhale, lift the arms up, look up for a little back bend. Exhale, fold all the way down. Inhale, halfway lift, look forward, flat back. Exhale, come into plank. Stay here for a breath. Lower your knees onto the mat and lower all the way down onto your belly. Slide your forearms forward for Sphinx pose open your chest, squeeze the shoulder blades together, massaging the belly, opening the chest. That might also help to release any anxiety. Often when we feel anxious, the chest is constricted and we might feel like we cannot breathe fully, or that the chest is closed. So we want to keep it open, make lots of space around the heart area, so the heart can give love easily to the uterus, and the uterus can bring it back to the heart. You can imagine the figure 8 that goes through your belly. So the circle is at your uterus, then it goes all the way up. Another circle is around your heart, and this infinite loop should feel open so they can support each other. In traditional Chinese medicine, the connection is called Bao Mai. And if this is something that resonates with you, I also have a meditation dedicated to Bao Mai on my channel, so I will just include the link down below. And come back onto your belly and widen your hands. You can place the hands off the mat, and on the inhale, lift back up, look up, exhale, lower. Inhale, come up, exhale, one more like this, and we will stay up. Look over your right shoulder behind you, back to center, over the left one, and one more on each side. And you can come out of the pose and come all the way back to tabletop position. Tuck your toes under, finding our downward facing dog again. Keep pressing the hips up towards the ceiling. Any movement again that feels right. And start walking your feet to meet the hands, the top of the mat. Inhale for halfway lift, so look forward, flat back. And then exhale, fall down completely, and we will stay here for a few breaths. So you can either stay like that, or you can grab the big toe with your two-piece fingers. Close your eyes and let go. Forward folds are great to surrender, to let go. So just breathe into the sensation. Relax your head, your shoulders. And if you were holding onto the big toe, then you can let go and start widening your stand as wide as the mat, but the heels are in and the toes are out, and then start lowering your hips down to the mat. So coming into Yogi squat, Malasana, and you can stay with your feet down on the mat or stay on your toes if that feels better for your balance or for your hips. Maybe with your hands in front of you, or you can choose the variation where the hands come to the front of the heart in Anjali Mudra, and then the elbows help pressing the knees more open. Close your eyes, the spine is nice and long, no rounding. will take a few breaths in Malasana, as it is one of my favorite poses for fertility. So I guess there can't be a fertility yoga class of mine that has no Malasana in. And from stillness we will find some movement again. So on the inhale, start rising up, bring the arms up, look up. Exhale, arms wide open, start coming back down into Malasana. Inhale, come up. Exhale, lower. So building a bit of strength in the legs, all the way up and down. And a few more like this, just with your own breath. One more, and then we will stay up, standing. Narrow your stand once more. I will just come again to be facing towards you. You can stay as you are at the top of the mat. Coming into tree pose next. So find balance, more strength on the left leg, and start bringing the right foot towards your left, either inner thigh or the calf, or you can also just rest the foot on the mat if this is enough and you feel like this is enough for your balance. So choose the version that works for you. Just don't place the foot onto the kneecap, because that can be damaging for the knee. So either the inner thigh, the calf, or the ankle. And once you find the pose, start bringing the hands to the front of the heart. And while it seems like a passive pose, it is not. So keep pressing the left inner thigh towards the right foot, and also the right foot presses against the inner thigh. So there is this tension in between. And also keep pressing the right knee open to the side, so it's not coming forward. We really want to keep it all open. It's a wonderful grounding pose to help reduce inflammation. So feel the connection of the left foot with the mat, with the ground. And imagine, just like the tree, there are roots coming out of your foot into the mat, into the ground. And the ground is giving you back, it gives you strength, it gives you nourishment, it gives you stability. So even though you might be wobbly up, just like the tree with the branches, with the leaves, there is a strong foundation. So whatever is happening in your life, whatever turbulences, maybe the path is rocky right now, you know that you can come back to your roots, that you will always have a strong foundation, you will always be able to find what is right for you, your opinion will always be valid, you will always know how to speak up and how to make your voice heard. If you want to challenge your balance, you can close your eyes and see how it feels. And it's been a lot, so let's come out, shake it out. And we will repeat the same on the other leg. So now building a strong foundation on the right leg, right foot, bringing the left foot wherever is accessible. And it doesn't have to be necessarily the same, as each side of the body can feel differently. So you don't really have to repeat what you were doing on the side before. So find your pose again and feel your right foot grounding into the mat. Option, close your eyes. It can also be a great practice for not taking yourself too seriously when you fall out. Just come back into it. And let go, release the feet. So we are still at the top of the mat and we will take one more from here. So on the inhale, lift the arms up, look up. Exhale, start folding down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, come into plank. Lower your knees onto the mat, lower yourself down. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. And start walking the feet forward to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fall down. Inhale, come all the way up, arms up. Exhale, hands in front of the mat. And now turn so your feet are parallel to the shorter edges of the mat. And start opening your legs so they are parallel to the shorter edges of the mat and as wide as you want them to be, as wide as the mat or shorter. And on the inhale, lift your gaze up and exhale, fall down for wide-legged forward fold. And place your hands wherever you want them to be, maybe in the middle, or like we did before standing, you can also grab the big toes with your two-piece fingers. Choose your version. And then find some stillness. The head is heavy, the neck is free. Come with your hands back to center, place your left hand to the middle and lift the right arm up, maybe look up and place the right hand back. Left arm goes up, look up towards the hand, back to center, switching side again, right arm up. Exhale to come back down, inhale, arm up, left arm up. And exhale back to center. And start lifting yourself back up. The hands come onto your hips and move the heels in, toes out. Maybe narrow your stand a little bit and start lowering yourself down for a wide squat goddess pose. Strong legs, building some strength in the thighs, some strong foundation, trusting our body that it can do it, It is strong. And you can place your hands onto the knees and drop the right shoulder to the center, maybe looking over the left shoulder. Come back to center, drop the left shoulder to the center, looking over the right one. And let's do it one more time on each side. 2 breaths on each side. And back to center, hands back onto the hips. Lower a bit more. And on the inhale, lift the arms up, straighten the legs. Exhale, bend the knees. Inhale, arms up. Exhale to lower. Inhale, arms up. Exhale. And last one, inhale. And exhale back to goddess pose for one more breath. Really lower as much as you can. It's the last one. And start coming out of the pose. Narrow your stand a bit wider than your hips. Still the heels are in, toes out, coming once more into Malasana. So start lowering your hips down towards the ground. And you already know what to do, so your version, your variation of Malasana. Just let's do some shoulder stretch here too. So you can place the left hand onto the mat and open the right arm up. Exhale, lower the right hand, left arm up. Exhale, left hand back, and once more on each side. Back to center. Few more breaths. Slow down your breath. We had a little bit of strength and power required in the last sequence. So let's come back to our natural breathing, slower and deeper. And find your way out of the pose. Finding wide-legged child's pose, so you can sit back onto the heels and open the knees as wide as you want them to be. You want to feel a nice stretch and sit back onto your heels and start lowering yourself down with the forehead on the mat or with your cheek on the mat. And take few deep breaths here, in and out with your nose, slowing down the breath even more. Let your belly be free, lots of space for your belly. And slowly come out of the pose to the tabletop position. And we will come into a deep hip opener. Start bringing your right knee behind the right wrist. And start extending, straightening the left leg behind you, finding Pigeon Pose. So first adjust, make sure that you are not leaning on one side more than the other. And on the inhale, look up, stretch into the back. And on the exhale, lower down. So depending on how the sensation feels for you, you can stay higher up, maybe as high as we were just now, or you can lower and just use your hands to support your head higher up. You can also lower onto your forearms, or if this is completely fine for you, you can also lower yourself down all the way on the mat. Take the first moments for adjustments, so you can then close your eyes and settle into the pose. You should really feel it a lot in your right hip, right glute. And it is said that emotions are stored in the hips. So just observe if there is anything going through your mind right now, anything that can come up, maybe not straight away, but even after the practice. So be open to it and keep observing. There is no judgment. Simply observe. Use your hands for support when you start coming out of the pose. Slowly find tabletop position and do any movements that feel good here to release the hip, the glute. You can trace some big circles with your leg, with your knee. And we will do the same on the other side. Bringing the left knee behind the left wrist and straightening the back leg, finding the midline. Inhale, looking up, and exhale, fall down for your version. It is also a great practice to notice what are you telling yourself when things get hard. So what is the internal dialogue that is happening in your mind when things get hard? And again, we just want to observe. We don't want to judge. We don't want to analyze it. Let's just be curious about it. By bringing awareness, we are already making a change, being more open and receptive. Slowly start lifting yourself back up and release the left leg. And come on your back, the way we started. Lie down, squeezing the knees towards your belly, sway from side to side, big squeeze. And then bring your soles of the feet together to touch and drop the knees to the side. Settle into the pose, close your eyes. Relax your upper body, your shoulders. Nothing has to work anymore. Keep breathing into your belly so you can feel the hands raising up and down with each exhale and inhale. So let's take a deep breath in together into the belly. Inhale. And out the nose again. Deep breath in. And empty the belly completely. Inhale again. And exhale. Let go. It's the time just for you, your mind, your body to make a connection, to notice how are you doing in the moment, how are you feeling, what are the emotions running through you right now. It's an opportunity to stop, to pause, and notice, to have the time to really see how you are feeling right now. Use your hands to bring the knees back together. We've been here for a while, so it might be a bit uncomfortable. And if you have the chance, I would like you to move your mat toward a wall. If you don't have any, that's alright, because we will be coming with the legs up, so you can also just do that here if there is no wall nearby or you don't want to move too much. So let's do some adjustments. It's definitely more restorative, more comfortable if you can lean your legs against something, maybe even a sofa, a bed, and then bring the hips closer to the wall and start lowering yourself down. Bring the legs up. So we will stay here in Viparita Karani, legs up the wall. If you want, you can still place your hands onto your lower belly. And here the blood flow is going down from the legs all the way to the uterus. So imagine that your womb is getting nice and warm, receptive for an embryo to implant. There's lots of light in the womb. There are no obstacles. Everything can run freely. So if the fertilized egg wants to travel through the fallopian tube to the uterus, it has free access. And there is a nice and thick and nourished uterine lining just waiting for the embryo to implant. A nice and warm nest full of love, full of support and nourishment. And you are bringing also warmth from your hands into the lower belly. And I really want you to feel nice and warm, so if you need to, you can cover yourself with a blanket. Or put some extra clothes on. And with your eyes closed, just enjoy your feet feeling light. Let the pose nourish you, calm down your nervous system and soothe your nerves. If it feels really good here and you want to stay here for a few more breaths or even minutes, that's completely fine, that's possible, you can stay here. Otherwise, if you feel like you want to put your legs back down, you can do so. And we will find Shavasana, the final resting pose, instead. So you can take lots of space on your back. With the palms facing up. And we are not forcing the breath into any shape anymore, just letting it naturally flow. And breathe in any way that is comfortable to you. It can be through the nose, through the mouth. Just let go of every expectation. Let go of anything that doesn't serve you right now. If there is still something that you are thinking about, wondering about, just pay attention to it now for a moment. And then try to set it aside. So you paid attention, you dedicated the time, and now let it rest. And you can come back to it anytime, just for the time being. Let's empty the mind. And I will say 3 affirmations here. And you can either repeat them to yourself out loud or just internally. And you can repeat them also to yourself during Shavasana. Or you can also come back to them throughout your day and see how they make you feel. Maybe they will resonate with you. Maybe there will be some resistance, and that's perfectly fine too. Not everything needs to feel right from the very beginning, but you might see that with time, your subconscious will accept these affirmations, and then your conscious mind eventually too. So let's come to the affirmations. My womb is nice and warm. My eggs are healthy. I am ready to become a mom. My womb is nice and warm. My eggs are healthy. I am ready to become a mom. Slowly start moving your fingers, your toes, bringing some movement back into the body. And make the circles and the movements bigger. Stretch it out. And roll onto one side. And come to take a seat so we can finish the practice together. With your eyes still closed. Take any seat that feels good to you. Bring the hands to the front of the heart. And be really proud of yourself for making it onto the mat, for taking the time to nourish yourself, for being brave to face your feelings, your emotions in stillness. That's always hard. We just try to avoid them as much as we can. So I really do hope you appreciate yourself and your body. Your body is supporting you, it is carrying you every day. It is doing all the small things for you every moment of the day. And it is there to work for you, not against you. So listen to it, support it, and try to work with it, not against it. And I thank you for practicing with me. Namaste. I really thank you for joining me today. I also offer one-on-one consultations, so if you want to reach out to me, definitely do so. I will put the link down below where you can find me. You can also find me on Instagram, where I share some parts of my fertility journey and some fertility tips. And of course, do not forget to subscribe to my channel to support my work further. Let me know in the comments how the practice felt to you, if you found some calmness, if your lower body feels different now. I would love to hear. Have a great day. Bye!